Hey everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast for the weekend of September 6th through the 8th of 2019. All right, so very active weekend here astrologically. First off, we do have the moon in deep Ophiuchus on Friday, so Friday could be a good day for healing and transformation. As we get into Saturday, Sunday, we have the post-transformation energy of Sagittarius, meaning maybe feeling a bit free-spirited and adventurous Saturday and Sunday. Now this weekend we have Mercury squaring up to Jupiter, as well as the Sun squaring up to Jupiter. So there is maybe this bit of hopefulness, inspiration, again maybe adventurousness that we can channel in constructive ways. We also have the Sun and Mars trining up to Saturn. So there could be maybe some grounded energy coming in terms of maybe feeling quite disciplined or patient. And we can maybe channel that into our actions or initiatives this weekend. And Venus is going to be trining up to Pluto along with Mercury. Mercury and Venus trine Pluto. So there is maybe some empowerment coming in the sense of maybe our relationships, good intimacy, maybe thinking or communicating quite deeply or truthfully with that. Also, Mercury is going to be opposite Neptune, so in the backdrop, there could be maybe a bit of dreamy or idealistic energy, so this can be channeled very constructively into maybe spiritual activities or creativity with that aspect, all right? So let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the sky for this weekend. And again, we are using the actual size of the constellations called True Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, definitely check out the link down below because the signs are different from mainstream astrology. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here one day at a time for the weekend. As you can see, there is a lot going on with the aspects this weekend. But we'll go ahead and break it down one day at a time, starting first with Friday. So Friday, the theme of the day will be around deep Ophiuchus. The moon will be in watery Ophiuchus. And so this does make it a really good day for healing. Essentially, Ophiuchus is the side of ourself that can redeem all aspects of ourself. And in this way, we become more integrated, more whole, more individuated, right? This kind of a thing. So really good day for anything that's either literal healing, which could be like physically, right? Physical healing, or it could be spiritually. It could also be mentally or emotionally, right? Anything we can accept about the deeper human experience or about ailments or inhibitions in this acceptance way, in this redeeming way, we do transform and heal with Ophiuchus. So that's the energy on Friday. Now, Friday we do have these aspects starting. So one is going to be Mercury squaring up to Jupiter, which is going to be followed by the Sun square Jupiter later in the weekend. So squares to Jupiter this whole weekend, essentially what we can feel with this is maybe on Friday in particular, maybe an abstract mind, maybe thinking in a more expansive sense. It could be really good to channel this into things like philosophy or spirituality, or maybe plan things from a big picture standpoint. Basically incorporating the left side of the brain, which is very practical, with the right side of the brain it's much more abstract and theoretical. So good day to challenge ourselves on Friday with this stuff, but again, all weekend long, because the Sun will be squaring up to Jupiter on Sunday, it does make it great for channeling any of that inspiration into constructive things, channeling maybe some of that larger perspective or abstract perspective into constructive things. All right, so also on Friday here, we then do have the Sun trining Saturn, which will be followed by Mars trine Saturn going into Sunday. So all weekend has this supportive energy with Saturn, which can really stabilize things. I think collectively there could be some healthy patience, healthy discipline this weekend, and it can be very productive. Anything that does require maybe responsibilities, all of this very supportive this weekend, which is all starting on Friday. Now, also on Friday, Venus is going to be trining up to Pluto, which will then be followed by Mercury trining Pluto again on Sunday. So all weekend long, supportive energy from Pluto. Pluto, the planet of empowerment and sort of diving deep with things. Very supportive this weekend, and I would say specifically on Friday and Saturday involving relationships, right? This could be maybe some intimacy, some depth, some deep diving, right? Connections, unconditionality, more heart-centered approaches, things like this where we're feeling quite empowered in our relationships and maybe just with our enjoyments, actually. So there is, good supportive energy from the planet of transformation and empowerment here. All right, so while all that's going on, Mercury is going to be opposing up to Neptune going into Saturday. And so mostly just around the later part of Friday and into Saturday, there might just be a bit of maybe dreaminess with the mind, maybe idealistic, maybe wanting to escape in some way with the mind. I think this is going to play a more minor role with a lot of the other stuff that's going on. But if there is anything that you can channel, having healthy Neptunian qualities, that might be healthy rest, healthy acceptance, healthy surrender, maybe some spiritual activities we could incorporate into the routine. Just healthy receptivity when it comes to our mind and our routines can make this an excellent way of working with this. Again, particularly around later part of Friday and into Saturday. All right, but once we do shift into Saturday, we do then have the moon shifting into more expansive Sagittarius. So we're coming out of that more deeper energy of Ophiuchus, and in this case, maybe feeling that more free-spiritedness, adventurousness, inspiration, seeing potentials. Really good to get into that spirit for life as we get into Saturday and Sunday. All right, so a lot going on astrologically. The way I would break this all down is it's actually quite a supportive weekend. It can be quite easy to work with. Squares to Jupiter, which is a benefic, usually come across as quite easy or again, it's maybe seeing potentials, maybe feeling a little bit inspired. We just want to make sure that we are conscious of it and channeling it into constructive ways. So we're not being overly optimistic or overly hopeful about things, and we're staying nice and grounded in the practical realms. But other than that, trines with Saturn, very constructive for discipline, patience, maturity, responsibility. Trines with Pluto, empowerment, deeper connections, intimacy, things like that. And then just this kind of opposition with Neptune. This might be the challenging aspect of the weekend in the sense that we just do want to find that balance between healthy receptivity in our life and incorporate that into the day-to-day. All right, so everyone, that is the weekend in a nutshell. Hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you all on Monday for the daily forecast. Take care.